Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about For Honor and more specifically what the developers have to do to make it a great game, considering they kind of broken it and it's in a pretty shit state right now. So firstly, I have over 200 hours on the game, and while I'm not one of those sweaty 1000 hours plus people, I've got quite a lot of experience. The main reason my playtime is not higher is because the game is such a broken mess that I can't really have long play sessions on it, and I usually end up quitting within like a couple of hours. I'm a Conqueror and Centurion main, and though I will likely play quite a lot of Gladiator when it comes out, as it seems to be a pretty good mixture of the two main classes that I already play. Out of the many tedious problems that plague For Honor, I'm going to start with the biggest one. The biggest one is really a big one, and that is the connection issues. It's the main reason for my short play sessions, and some days I log on to the game and I fail to get into a game sometimes 5 games in a row, which is freaking stupid. Or even worse, you get into a game, you get really close to the end of the game, and then an error has occurred. That's it, back to the main menu, no XP, no loot, nothing, and then you just think, fuck this shit, and quit the game. That's it. Not to mention the lag. Like, if a single player in the game has a bad connection, that's pretty much it, the whole game is screwed. You'll get, like, players constantly out of sync, like every 10 seconds the game will pause and say players desynced, whatever. And sometimes, you know, if it's every 10 seconds, it's just stupid. Like, it's stupid. And the worst part is if you do that when you're in combat, it unlocks you from an opponent, so you pretty much get resynced and you're just being hit straight in the face. Other things that can cause is that if you do have that and you have bad luck like me, then if you have a bad lag spike, you could hit an enemy, and then all of a sudden it'll time-lapse backwards, and then they're several meters away with full HP. Which is just annoying. And then if you die, you just get triggered and probably quit as well. What can we do to fix it? The developers have said they're going to switch over to dedicated servers. Whether or not this is true, I mean, I would say it's true. I think they're credible enough to still say it's true, but when is going to be the big question. If it happens, I don't think it's going to be until next year, realistically. I think it'll be probably, like, after Christmas, maybe. I mean, we might get surprised, and it might be beforehand, and if they do, it'll be a really, really nice surprise. They've announced a few things that could possibly revive the game, and after all, looking at Rainbow Six Siege was an absolute piece of shit, and yes, I was there from February, only 3 months after its launch, and it was still a piece of shit. Now it is a fantastic game, and I absolutely love it in every way. The thing that's sad about For Honor is obviously I watched the game for over a year and a half before its release. Through the whole of my college course for 2 years, I was obsessed with For Honor, and I played in both closed betas and the open beta, and loved it. But obviously the problems weren't so apparent back during the betas, I guess, because we hadn't played the game enough to see the problems coming through. The final really freaking weird issue I had with connection, I'm not even sure if it's connection or not, but sometimes, 3 times in the history of my gameplay experience, I would go into Dominion, and I would spawn in a bird's eye view of the map, looking down on everyone, but I would not ever spawn, ever. And for some reason, my name didn't show up on the leaderboard, there was an AI there, there was a bot in my place, and if you tried to leave, you get a soft ban for quitting for like 10 minutes, which is fucking stupid. And, you know, I would have taken a screenshot, but I haven't. And I don't know if anyone else has had that issue where you can't see yourself, you're not spawning, no matter what buttons you press, you're not going to spawn, it's just an AI, and that's it. And it's really dumb. You can't move the camera, it's just looking down on the map, it's really weird. As far as connection issues, that's it for Honor. Hopefully those things will be fixed, and hopefully whenever we do go to dedicated servers, that will actually fix pretty much all of those issues. The second set of issues that I have with For Honor could broadly be described as gameplay or combat issues. The first of these is the defensive meta. Developers have already commented on this and said that they're planning to fix it, but large numbers of players are obviously just bait parry, and then they fuck you up with unblockable ring outs, or they smack you in the face, and it's just not enjoyable to fight against. I'm sure everyone has experienced this at some stage or another. That being said, the next issue is unblockable grabs. I think unblockable grabs are absolutely stupid, and I don't think, no matter what, they should ever be an unblockable grab. I think you should always be able to stop a grab. Like, you should always have the option to press X if you do it quick enough, no matter what, because that's just stupid, and it just leads to the stupid ring out meta, and most players, or a large number of players, have very little skill, and all they do is ring you out. Like, if you're doing like a 2-on-1 fight, you have this one guy who tries to grab you, you gotta break, tries to grab you, gotta break, tries to grab you, rings you out, because you can't do it every fucking time. You're trying to do other stuff, and like, they just spam X. What the fuck can you do, really? And there's a lot of Arsenal players that just do nothing but spam, spam, spam. And you've seen them, shoulder spamming Vortex Wardens, heavy combo spamming Centurions, the kick light spamming Ninjas. They're just stupid combos that players just choose to spam, spam, spam. I don't know how we can fix those exact issues, but I mean, hopefully they'll find a way to get around that eventually. Whether it's making, I don't know, dodging more efficient, or whatever it is. Because obviously the Centurions, they can just lock onto you with their heavies, and they do fucking lock. Like, they will follow you. They will sprint across the map with a single heavy lock on. It's stupid. And dodging doesn't really work against them. And obviously parrying is kind of difficult because obviously the parry timing is really weird for it, and you can't block it because they're unblockable. So Centurions, yeah, they're a little bit dumb still. And I say that as someone who plays them, by the way. The next issue relating to combat I've mentioned already once is the ring out issue and the environment. I think it's dumb. Like, the maps are cool, they're really nice, the actual maps themselves, however the only features to them are basically cliffs and spiked walls, which is pretty shit. It encourages people just to use the throwing abuse and just throw you out the map and instant death, which is really shit. And I think it'd be awesome if they added little things like more environmental hazards, like piles of boxes you could get thrown into and be stunned, sort of like Dark Souls. Or a railing that could be broken, so you get thrown into the railing and then you're alright the first time, but the second time you get wrung out. I think it'd be a far more interesting battlefield and a more interesting mechanic if they did things like that. The last issue I would like to address in the video, and it must be said, is the toxic community itself. I know a lot of you might flame at this, but it's true, come on. Whether this means things mentioned earlier, such as spamming classes like Wardens, Warlord, Ringouts, or Ninjas, or their stupid spamming combos, or whether it's just top tier players in duels that are just sweaty, spammy, parry, baiting esports faggots, it's just not enjoyable to fight against them. I love the concept of For Honor, and I love watching an epic For Honor fight. When I'm in a custom game with 5 friends, watching like fight clubs are the funnest thing you can imagine. But when you spam the same combo, the same sweaty parry bait shit with 20 feints, it's just not fun to watch or to play. I love watching, and reactive combat where each fight is just awesome to watch, and these players just kill it for you, I guess. And hopefully these are things that will be addressed somehow. The other sorts of players you get, and the worst they ever encountered was the worst they ever got was some twat on Dominion. And he was just shit-talking all game in voice chat, and it was really awkward to turn it off. And he was just saying how every player was shit, and how he was amazing. Yes, he was one of those ring-out noobs. He had like 12 kills just from ringing out. And whenever someone called him out, he just said, "Oh, that's why I'm top of the leaderboard, and you are not. Yes, you just shit." And I go, like, what the fuck is wrong with you toxic assholes? Like, these are the people that have killed what is left of our little precious community. Either extremely sweaty veterans who just abuse broken mechanics, or the toxic twats who just spam ring-outs and think they're good, and it's just pretty sad, to be honest. My hope is that all these issues will be fixed mostly when we switch over onto dedicated servers, and hopefully the community aspect will be fixed when more players come back into the game when it's been fixed lately. And hopefully they'll just balance out the toxic people, hopefully, and it'll be a generally more better, like friendly, less bug abusing, well-rounded community. The last thing I want to add in, which I forgot to record initially, was customization on characters. Now, steel is quite expensive, and while I would like to see you get a bit more steel a bit more easily, I guess that's not really the real issue. I do think that the steel packs should have their prices reduced by at least minimum 25% to 50%, really, because I mean, it's a little bit ridiculous, the pricing for it. And the last thing, obviously, with character customization, I was discussing this with a friend the other day. Basically, I think you should be able to have a bit more customization, because basically everything is kind of the same. Like, I think that with a Conqueror, you should be able to choose between mail, whether you should be able to, like, chainmail or plate mail or, leather, like, whatever. I think there should be more different style customizations rather than just kind of having it forced down your throat for the sake of law. Oh, he was a prisoner, so he couldn't wear armor. I think it'd be cool if you could actually get a bit more choice in that, especially with the cool armor effects, obviously with gold and black iron and all this stuff. And obviously that would show more on your armor than if it was just crappy clothing stuff. But anyway guys, that's pretty much my thoughts on For Honor. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to know you guys, if you agree with me, or if you disagree, that's fine. Please don't flame, just tell me why you disagree, and I'd like to see why you disagree. If you have better points, please put them in the comments, and I would love to read them. That equally goes for if you think I missed anything. If there's anything you think I missed out here, please let me know also. If you enjoyed this video, I think it was informative, please leave a like, it would mean quite a lot to me. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please leave a comment. Seriously. Comments are what make me make videos. I can go 6 months without making a video. I'm terrible. But if you leave a comment and say you want to see something, it really helps me, it makes me happier, and it motivates me to do more stuff. Thanks again, have a great day everybody, and I should just probably put out there, I'm super hyped for the new heroes next week. I really want to play Gladiator. That's pretty much it. Are you guys hyped for the new heroes? If you are, damn, I'll see you on the battlefield. See you later.